시급한 듯해 쌓여가 스트레스가 배꼽빠질 만큼만 폭소하고 싶은 날이야. What am I this? 어디야 널 올 때 병맥주랑 깎아먹게 싸워. 겁은 공비가 잘 안 당겨. 우리 집 거실로 빨랑 뭐왜 보이는 요령껏 차단시켜. 밤새 수다 떨 시간도 모자라. 누군 힘들어 죽겠고 누군 축제 괜히 싱숭생숭. I want my use back. 좀 전까지 멋짜지 걸 하다 한 명 두 명씩 잘해. 왜들 그리 다운돼 있어. 뭐가 문제야 say something. 분위기가 겁나 싸해. 요샌 이런 게 유행인가. 왜들 그리 재미없어. 아 그건 나도 마찬가지. Tell me what I got to do. 급한 대로 부투시켜.
Yeah, there we go. Trying this out again. Not sure if it's working or not. Hold on, let me just check my... Okay, now the... My sound has been acting weird, my computer's been acting weird, everything's been acting weird. But regardless of that, we are still continuing on. This is me still trying out to see if I'm gonna crash again. I don't think I will. Because I don't know. One of the things that I deleted when my computer was acting up was my, what's it called? NVIDIA app. Because I was thinking it was NVIDIA. I really was. But now I don't think so. Honestly, I think it was just my driver acting up, and I think maybe it'll work okay now. We're gonna find out. Oh, what do I have? Oh, right. I need to back in there because I need to upgrade all that. I need to see if I have any flowers I can get because I'm gonna be at a cleanup. I'm gonna be at a cleanup. There are gonna be people there that I really need to give stuff to. And I don't want to hesitate. I want to be able to give everybody what they want and what they need so I can make them fall in love with me. That is my ultimate goal. Ship all that stuff, but first let's go find more flowers. I believe I still have fiber, so I should be able to craft some of these. Yes, I have plenty of fiber. Okay, let's go into the forest. Wait, when is the cleanup? It already started. I have to get there before 2. So I'm gonna grab a couple of flowers if I can. Like, I need to go to a, the thing by max 12. Oh, look at all this shallots. I could also try to use that to make people fall in love with me. Hey, baby girl. You ever had an onion fresh out the ground? Bet you haven't. Don't you worry, I'm gonna show you the way. I'm gonna show you the way. Make sure there's no flowers over here. Doesn't look like it. Let's keep moving. There's one right there. Okay, let's keep moving. Is there any up here? No. Check down here. What's up, monkeys? Got one right there. Sometimes there's one by the mine. There's a watercress down here. There is, yes. Another watercress. And then we'll go to the beach. Oh, right. I was supposed to do this. Hi. Oh, she's gonna protect me. I didn't know she balled like that. Step back. Thank you, baby girl. Hey, don't mention it. You were in trouble and I happened to be passing by. You okay? Whoa, you're really strong. No, I owe you one. Don't worry, I'm glad I've come to help just in time. Good. Well, I have to be somewhere. Just eat some food and you'll be good as new. You don't seem to be badly injured. She protected me. What are we, Zara? What are we? Are we getting married? I hope so. Okay, so I finally did her cutscene, which is great. I can't use the thing? Alright. Oh wait, there's another flower! There's another couple flowers! Ah! Grab it. I guess I should check right here to see if there are any flowers right there. No wait, this is my farm. Alright, to the cleanup I go. Yes. This is so cute. I love the little logos they make up. That's so cute. Okay, first things first. I can make one. Oh yeah, the swimming race. I used to participate a few years ago, but now I just like to chat with people when we're picking up trash. Chatting helps pass the time. Before I know it, I've filled up lots of bags. If you're feeling dizzy, please stop and see one of the doctors right away. Jason, I'm gonna join the swimming race later once I finish cleaning up here. The weather's perfect for it. I like never talk to you. It's great that we're gathering today to clean up the beach, but I wonder if it's enough. I just know she was a baddie. I just know back in the day she was a baddie. Ooh. No, save my money. No scrap, Scarecrow. Maybe a battery. Shoot. I'll think about it. The vibrations here truly in harmony with Mother Earth. Powerful energy. You look good. That outfit really suits you. I'm excited to take some great photos today. The lighting looks great and I don't see a single cloud in the sky. Since our inn's right behind the beach, it's important to me to keep it, that it's kept clean. That's why I always take part in the cleanup. I can't save though. Ugh. Will you be joining the race, Satin? At the very least, it should be fun. It should be. Wait, let me get my YouTube chat open. Forgot I don't have it open. Oh no. Just in case anybody chats. Surprisingly, I haven't. Well, I guess not so surprising. I don't really get many people that chat on YouTube, which is fine. It's fine. But I still like to be prepared in case people do decide to chat. Because I don't like ignoring people. It makes me feel bad. I know I can't save during festivals. I'm just trying to fix this real quick. There we go. And of course the chat doesn't want to pop up. Of course it does. Well, it doesn't. I guess I'll wait very patiently to see if it pops up later. Because sometimes it pops up right away, sometimes it doesn't. You might not think so, but collecting trash can be hard physical work. Gotta make sure I warm up properly or I might pull something. Not as spry as I used to be, unfortunately. Wait, oh okay, I thought I was still talking to her. Shoveling trash might not be the most glamorous thing. MBZ! I noticed that you changed your name. Are you going by Olive? Because that's cute. That's a really cute name. Oh my gosh, I'm so glad to see you. I hope you're doing amazing. From your picture, you look amazing. Because I haven't been able to catch any of your streams, but I did see your photo. I love it. Olive's such a cute name. Because Popeye, straight up, Olive was a queen. And I loved her. I was obsessed with her. You're welcome. So nice to see you. And as soon as I tried to open the chat, it said, nope, I don't think so. Psych. Alright, whatever. Alright. Shoveling trash might not be the most glamorous thing, but it's much better than shoveling manure, trust me. I'll take your word. Already talked to you. I can hear Sunny talking from all the way over here. Well, yeah, it's Sunny. Oh, look at that. Looks like Kira's all fired up. Do you actually help with trash pickup? I would not expect that from you. But then again, your winery, your vineyard is here. So maybe you like to keep the place clean because it's like, it stakes on your business too. Who's up for a quick swim after we finish? The water's perfect today. I couldn't believe how much junk we picked up last year. It was an eye-opener. Alright, Scarlet Town, let's turn this beach from trashy to classy. Every bit counts. Beach cleanup here in the summer is actually kind of fun. Find the weirdest stuff when you go on a treasure hunt. Okay, baby, those shoes ain't perfect for walking in the water over here. Such a fitting end to summer, don't you think? A clean beach is a fresh start for fall. I agree. Hell yeah, Raj. Oh, it's it, Pablo. Just doing some stretching here, Satin. Okay, we'll do it in front of me. I'm sorry. I'll watch to make sure you have somebody in case you pull something. It's so nice out. I don't want to go home. I agree. I can't wait to grow up so I can join the swimming contest. Seems counterintuitive for Pufferfish Corp to be distributing those flyers, don't it? Yeah, what the hell? Shouldn't we be decreasing the trash, not adding to it? 𝒏𝒐𝒏𝒐𝒖💏, who do you think would collect the most trash? Lasher's Mr. Pablo. He zoomed around so fast. My money. That's a good question, actually. Okay, Mark. Actually, you know, I think maybe Pablo. I lost count of how much water I drank. Yeah, you look dizzy. Good thing the beach shack's nearby. Hey, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark. What are you doing here chatting? We got some cleaning up to do, Garden Reg. It's called me Garden Love, just saying. Are you gonna join us, 𝒏𝒐𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏𝒏💏? I bet I can pick up more trash than you. Probably so, shoot. Oliver! You having fun or not? Jesus Christ, Sonny. Son! I just love that he's like a really old dad. I think my daughter said she saw a dolphin nearby. Maybe they're curious and wanted to see why so many humans were gathering. Ugh, what do you want? Hey, Raina. Take a picture of us by the cleanup banner. Let's show people we care. But you don't. Hey, Raina. Not buying none of this shit. God, you're hot. Sorry. I don't mean to do that. You are a very respectable woman, and I should not do that. Let me not do that. Disable effects or close apps. Do I have too many apps open? Hold on. I appreciate that it's telling me, hey, you have a lot of stuff open right now. So this isn't counting. Hold on, wait. No, that's an issue. I know, right? Hello, Raina. So I don't know for sure if it's gonna crash again. I really hope not, because that would suck. I don't trust you. I do not trust you. It says that my GPU is a lot cooler now, which I don't trust. That I don't believe at all. So I have to, sorry guys, hold on. I have to put up my actual percentage thing because now I can't trust it. That way I can keep an eye on the temperature of my GPU. Which it is kind of cooler, a little bit. It isn't 0, but... Okay. I might be able to trust. We'll see. Anyway, Raina, jeez. Why are you working for Pufferfish? Come on down to the island, girl. Oh, look at her cute little outfit. It's so hot today. Gotta keep hydrated. You're dang right, so yeah. I'm glad the town is working together to clean the beach. You know how much trash I gathered from just fishing? Too much, Satin. Too much. Dad says, no, that's right, you're Australian. Dad says picking up trash is good, even though it's not all trash. I think it's working, Satin. I'm not getting a sunburn. Okay, look at your outfit. Okay. Thank you, Charles. Is it the sunscreen? It's the perfect weather for swimming. Are you gonna? Can you take a picture of me over there? Anything you want, Leia. Don't strain yourself if you plan on joining the swimming race, Satin. Just have fun with it. Thanks, Charles. Anybody over here? I doubt it. Okay, nobody hiding. That's fine. Okay, okay. Let's forget about pufferfish for now. I'm ready to pick up some trash. You're dang right. HM. Heard there was a sweet prize for the team that bags the most trash. We on it? No? Damn, that's a bummer. Well, it's all good. Please, you're the lifeguard. You should want the least amount of trash in the ocean so people can swim. Okay, let's do the swimming race. What are the rewards? I gotta get gold, so I have to practice. I have to. Oh my god. Oh dang, why is my energy stopped there? That's not good. That's not good at all. Oh, is it because I need to eat something? That's good to know. I need to get my energy up. No, my energy's fine. Days like this are why we chose to move out here. The sun is just beaming, isn't it? My students love cleaning race. They basically force me to take part. I was just telling my buddy Randy here about how much we could sell tickets to the events. Make money from it, huh? You're an awful person, Walter. Honestly, I think I'm a bit too old for it. But I always get so excited when I join them. Having a relaxing day. Could have brought a hat. Head's getting a bit toasty. Alright, who do I want to flirt with? Let's try Lily, because Lily's heart is the lowest. But let's give her one of these bad boys. Yeah, you're on the other side. Thank you, thank you! I'm gonna give... Oh god, I want to be friends with everyone. Refreshingly crunchy. Oh, I didn't talk to Raphael! I didn't see you! This is fun. Are you having fun, Satin? Absolutely I am. I appreciate it. Thanks. Would you like a gift, Charles? Thanks for the great gift, Satin. Watercress? You're very kind. Thank you. No thanks. Okay, you don't like watercress. Good to know. Good to know. Good to know. I'm gonna practice with the water, with the swimming race one more time. Because I want to know why my energy went down so fast. Okay, it just does that. Got it. I gotta do better than 14. It was better. It was better than 14, I think. But yeah. I got 15 seconds. I don't know if that's enough to beat everyone. Well, I guess I'll try. It's all I can do. Does my food give me anything? This one. No. This doesn't either. Dang. Well, I just gotta do my best. And hope I get first place. Start swimming. Let's do it. No, 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 no. No! kidding me? No! I got 3rd place! No, I got 4th place! Fuck! Because I stopped. Oh, no, I got 3rd place, but... Oh, no. Oh, and I did so well before. What the heck? I got 21. Oh, that's such a bad score. And I can't do it again. That sucks. Oh. It's always fun seeing youngsters racing around and having fun. Make sure you have fun too, Satin. Thank you, Betty. I remember the first beach cleanup I attended was way more about the town coming together and celebrating summer one last time. I believe it. I know I can't do it again, but I still want to check. I can! Oh my god. I'll do it again. Okay, stop here. Let it go. Ah, I got 2nd. Oh, come on. I can do better than that. I can do better than that. Let me go again. I can do way better than that. I know I can win. Yes. Let me win. Okay, let it go, let it go, let it go. And... Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Push it, push it. No! Oh! I need to go again. Okay. I can do this. I need to go again. Wish I had bought coffee before this. Dang. Alright, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. Thank you, Olive. I appreciate you. Yes, I can do it. I can do it. No! Dang! He's so fast! I got 3rd again because I stopped too early. I really need to just... What do you mean he got 14? What do you mean 14? How are you so fast? You're like 100. That's not nice. That's not nice. That's ageist. Don't do that. That's not very nice. But Sunny is fast. I will give him that. He is a fast old man. Any food I can make that'll make me faster? Just like, let me cheat real quick. I know I don't have any food I could possibly make, but... because I feel like seaweed? No, seaweed wouldn't have helped. Okay, I can do it. I can do it! How is he so freaking fast? Okay... And how is he faster than Cam? Oh, 2nd again. Are you kidding? Okay, he got 15:29 that time. I wish this would give me something, but it really doesn't. I need those freaking points. I need them. Well, let's try a different game, and we'll come back to that. Tug of War. How do I... Okay, it's right there. Okay. What are the rewards? Okay, you get 100 points. As a rope. I haven't had to use rope, so... Well, yes, I have. My energy is up. I'm the one putting in the work, y'all. Come on. Am I the only one that's doing all this? What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay. Whew. Yes. My thumb. Get my freaking points, bro. What the heck? Okay, there's another one. I think. What are all the things? Okay, no, there's technically not another one. Okay. I'm gonna do this one last time. Okay, I might do it a couple more times. I need to win this. I've never been so competitive. I'm not even competitive. I'm the type of person that takes things in stride. Oh, I didn't win? Well, that's okay. I had fun. How was he so fast? What the heck? What are they feeding this man? He's a beast. Okay, honestly, this will be the last one. Because I know I can't, so. I'm not gonna win, and that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, honestly, he had coffee before this. No, I know I'm not gonna win, so you know what? Sunny is the master. I need to give it to him. Even though his time was a little bit slower there. So it makes you think I can beat him. Should I give it one more go? Should I? No. No. We'll just get at the beach. Let's see what we can buy. If I want anything. Oh, you get 100? Damn. Maybe I should buy this shit. Let's do the bronze scalp and let's do... Oh, no, you don't get 100. You just get 1. Waste. Alright, let's get at the beach. I'm not gonna win. I need to realize when I'm not gonna win. Let it go. You gotta accept defeat, you know? Okay. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna get a new GPU. Like, I've had mine for like 6 years. I think it's time. Hello, Satin. Thank you for helping us. This place is much cleaner now. Let's celebrate together with other folks. Oop, the mermaid is here. Okay, it's saved. Ooh. Gotta take it in stride when you're not gonna win. Oh no, I didn't water my plants. Well, tomorrow's the last day anyway. It's not gonna matter. It's not gonna matter. Check on everybody. I think I gave everyone pets and stuff. I did. Alright, let's sell our goods and go to bed. Dang, Sunny is out there. Okay, let's sell all this stuff. I will double check the beach, because there might be some goodies on the beach. Oh, hi, Wataru. Many of our guests have been asking questions about the black roots on the ocean. We just know it came out of nowhere after the oil spill and we can't do anything about it. That sucks. Honestly, that's the worst. I'll take that, because I can dry that out. That's not a scallop. But I can dry out one scallop. Nothing else, right? Nothing else, okay. And let's go. I want to see what the goddess blessing would have been. Nothing. Another day of no blessings. What did I do to deserve this? Oh, that doesn't count. Okay. Well, off to Dreamland then. Let's see what the weather is like tomorrow. Yes. Wait. Okay, it's rain. It's a nice break from the summer heat. Mom, what is it? What? Can a lady check up on her daughter? You can, but I'm in a rush for my audition. Funnily enough, that's what I wanted to talk to you about. But how could you do this to me? Cut. Thank you for your time. We'll contact you if you get the part. Ugh, how do you think it went? Am I really that bad of an actor? Tasha, is this how I look? Is it my vibe or... Oh, I gotta go, Tasha. I got a customer. Good evening, sir. Welcome to the watering hole. How may I serve you? Funny. Funny you should ask that. I have a proposition for you. You know what he looks like? If you've watched The Iron Giant, he looks like the artist. Oh, sir, I'm afraid we're not that kind of establishment. I'm perfectly aware. I've done my research on you. I'm here to offer a job, an acting job. If you're interested, come to this address tomorrow at 8 p.m. sharp. If you're late for even 1 second, consider the offer revoked. Yes, sir, I'll be there. To be continued. All right. I'll take it. Oh. Oh my gosh. Making so many extra friendships just by showing up. Ling. Oh, that's it. Okay. Still a good amount of people. Wow. Look at all the money I'm making. I got a new record. All this stuff. Whew. It's Yuri's birthday. Oh gosh. I need to get her like cake or something. Oh wait, no. Doesn't she like cookies or muffin? I think she likes the muffin. I'm gonna get her the muffin for her birthday. It's sunny tomorrow. Okay. It's rain today. Alright, what do we have? 4 things, I think. No bronze. That sucks. Check on the babies. Wait. Check on the babies. Thank you for the eggs. Alright, love for Hangrid. And for Count Duckula. And Hennessy. And Side Chick. Alright, let's see. Perfect. And I think if I put this in, I can't put this in. Yeah. One thing at a time. What is it? Oh, spring frittata. Thank you, Ling. Okay, leaving a cookbook. Found this recipe. Okay. How's the farm? We saw articles about Coral Island's Cherry Festival bomb. The event looked beautiful. I think I might have spotted you in one of the photos. Ashley's pregnant. Love, Grandma. Thanks, Grandma. Wait, check my blessing. Nothing. Dang. I'm so unlucky right now. Alright, let me get my... No, wait, mining. Yeah, mining. But I have my tools. Get my mining tool. Which that should be in the thing. Today's the last day, so it's time to pick stuff up. I don't know what's gonna continuously grow through the fall. I think the corn does. But I'm not too worried about anything else. Should grab this one too. Fabulous. And what do I need to make the other one? I still can't make this. I need 2 of these. That sucks. Wait, how's my relationships doing? I got a new event with Lily. Okay. What about Aaliyah? I could just hang out with her. What about Frank? Oh, right. I gotta go to his shop. Noah, hang out. Suki, hang out. And Sarah, hang out. Okay, I have a lot of people I can hang out with. What's all that? Because I know who this is. And I think this is just Raina. Hold on. Can I go to the Woodlands? Is Pufferfish open right now? I don't want to be in Pufferfish, but I do want to talk to Raina. Pufferfish leveraged eco-conscious, reusable materials, seamless integrating with our corporate sustainable goals. It fits really with our be good to the planet work. Did they force you to say that? Oh wait, relationship where? Oh wait, no, I haven't technically met her yet, so I don't know her. Okay, let's go to Dippa's house, because it's about to be open. I technically don't know Emma. Thought I met her already, but I guess not. Let me in your house. I'm weird. Hi, Emma. So the rumors were true after all. Welcome to town. We got a new scientist in town last month too. Can't remember his name yet. Jay, so saucy. What's going on? Welcome. Anyway, hope you like it here. Sure. Good to meet you too. My name is Emma. How you doing, Jay? Larkspur. Alright, interact. What you got in your kitchen? Have I already been in here? Probably. Doesn't look like there's anything to collect, so I'm gonna say yes, I have. Like a weirdo. Oh, I can't go up there. Oh, brown trout. I think I need to offer that. Well, that works for me. Save here. Just in case. I'm chill, looking for someone watching popped up. Oh, well, I appreciate being the person you chose. My day? On and off, you know, it's been okay. My computer is not being the best right now, so I do apologize if I crash. No joke, because my computer's been crashing, but I'm just gonna pop it right back up, so. Wait. Oh, I need to donate it. Not offer it. I need to donate it. Yeah, museum. I honestly need to replace my GPU. I just, haven't gotten around to it in the past 7 years. Parts are expensive. This economy is crazy, okay? I can't afford it. You get it. You understand. The struggle is real. I think I'm gonna give everyone just one of the fruit that I grew. Because, you know, why not? What's up, Frank? That cleanup was so fun. Aaliyah and I turned it into a little contest to see which team could grab the most trash. And guess what? We totally rocked it. I bet you did. Here you go. Thank you. My wife loves spicy food. Oh. Is this one of your favorites? Let's see, Frank. He loves it! Yes! I gave him a favorite. That's awesome. How the babies doing? Kit Kat looks happy. Luna looks happy. Spiker-Doo is a little too busy to talk to me. That's fair. Inari looks happy. Fizz looks happy. Hippostrum looks happy. Frankie looks happy. I like to think that people, when They were doing Kickstarter. They're like, put my cat in the game. Put my dog in the game. Gary-kun is busy. Getty looks happy. He's always happy. Copper looks happy. Spike Bonkers looks happy. Lendy looks happy. I like that Lendy gets out. Is this the same vibes as Palia? Looks cute. Actually, so this game, I helped kickstart it. This is one of my favorite games. It's like a mixture of Stardew Valley and Animal Crossing put together. A lot of people to romance, and it is about being eco-conscious and taking care of your environment. It's an Indonesian game, so it's very much like clean up the ocean type vibes. Take care of your environment. You live here too, you know? I love it. I'm obsessed. The best part about yesterday's cleanup was the teamwork. It's amazing how much you can accomplish when everyone works together towards a common goal. I agree. Would you like a tomato? Now what's this? Something for me? Much appreciated, Satin. Did you find anything interesting yesterday? Nina and I found some serious weird stuff in the sand, like a chip bag that expired 30 years ago. Oh, can we hang out for a bit? Oh, Macy, say less. Absolutely. Awesome, let's do it. Oh, Macy's so cute. Ooh, what we gonna sneak up on? What are we trying to look at? Ooh, the crab's cute. I got a little crab myself. Literally, I have Krabby with me. You better get it. Y'all better have your conversations. Talk, you know, clamor your shit. Get it. I wonder... So I think that crabs make noise, and I think they do talk. Talk, not to us, but you know. I wonder what it's called. Because, you know, like birds is chirping, with dogs is barking. What sound do crabs make? It's not like fish. It's not like gurgle gurgle. I don't think. That was seriously fun. We need to keep this up. When are you free next? You're getting to know Macy better. Heck yeah. Also, I am wearing one of my merch. I'm so proud of it. It's like a little turtle. Welcome to the Turtle Squad. It looks faded, but this is green. It's like bright green. And then this is Liam's face, and I'm squishing it. If you are interested in my merch at all, do ! Merch. I thought they snapped their claws. Oh, maybe. Actually, that's a good question. I need to see a video of crabs communicating. I'm obsessed. I need to know. Hey, Waku. Oh, my arms are sore from lifting all day yesterday. I get it. You're strong. Go off. Hey, thanks for thinking of me. What's going on? Yesterday's beach cleanup was a huge success. Even the kids got involved. Oh my gosh. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. You are Turtley Turtle. Welcome to the Turtle Squad. So, I am a turtle streamer. I own turtles. I bring out the turtles. Today, most of them are sleeping, but when I plan on going my bathroom break, which I do plan for this next upcoming day in game, I was gonna go get my baby tortoise. So, thank you so much for being here and for joining me. I do appreciate it. After the cleanup, the beach looks so much better. Thanks a lot. You're welcome. It's okra. I don't like okra because it's slimy, but some people do. You sure? Thanks! You're welcome, Sonny. What would I do without you? Probably hear screaming less. Well, I don't know. Okay, up we go. Up them stairs. Flower! Oh wait, it's Yuri's birthday, isn't it? I forgot immediately. Is it still her birthday? Yes. Turtles are so cute. I agree. I know way too many turtle facts. Because it is my special interest. Because I am autistic. That's not the only reason, but you know. Oh, I couldn't get her favorite. And the chocolate, oh, the chocolate turtles. You know, I've only had them once, so I don't know if I consider them like my favorite or anything, but I remember vaguely liking them. Because from what I remember, they were like kind of pricey. So when I was like a kid scout, I would that was one of the things that we would sell, and my grandma bought them. Pretty good. You want a hot pepper? You lucky I got them. Lucky, Paul. We ball, Paul. Me and you. Okay, where the hell is... Oh, wait, no. She's probably at work. Wait, no. It's Sunday. She's probably not at work. Yuri. I'm trying my best not to just constantly romance her, because she's one of the ones that I romance. Okay. Where is she? Where'd she go? Where'd she go? Woody, come back? Okay. Where are you? Okay, you're in the general store. You're at Sam's. I'm coming. It's about to be fall. I should probably buy a new outfit, huh? Hey, Yuri. I must say, providing fresh coconuts at the beach cleanup was an excellent touch. Oh, it's my birthday today. Thanks for the awesome gift. You're so welcome. I love you, never change. What did I want to go to? Totally fine. Have a great day. Thanks for hanging out. Oh yeah. No, it's 4 now. That's not open anymore. I don't remember where I was planning on going. Oh well. I guess I'll go in here and buy another scarecrow. One of the cool ones. F240. They're 200. They're so expensive. Maybe the Coral Hero. Because that's fun. Heck yeah. Hi, Judge. The flowers near the creek. Are they always in bloom this time of year? I guess so. Miss, I barely go here. Okay. Oh right, hot pepper. I was like, there's something I had to get. Sell this. Oh yeah, I was gonna sell those scarecrows. I don't need those makeshift ones anymore. Okay, a hot pepper. See, this is why we save some of our peppers. This is why. Okay. Paw wall, paw ball. Okay, you're in the center of town. I'll be right there, Paul. Arm is itchy. Hey, Raj. I should search around to see if there are any more flowers, because they're going to be gone soon. No. Where did he go? Seriously, where did he go? Oh my god. I lost Paul. Okay. Oh. He's up by the creek. He loves hanging out over there. Granted, it's somewhat near his house, so I don't really blame him. Up we go. But yeah, we should search for flowers one last time for this season. Where did he go? My goodness, I lose him so easily. Oh. Okay, he went home. That's fine. Should have guessed that's where he was going. But he's kind of all over this place, so it's kind of hard to tell. Have a pepper for it. Okay. Oh, wait. Thank you. Brought my daughter along to cleanup yesterday. It's important they learn the responsibility for nature. I agree. Okay, hold on one second. Let me save. And I want to do a quick bathroom break. I'll be right back, guys. BRB.
사랑을 아직 난 몰라서 더는 가까이 못 가요. 근데 왜 자꾸만 못난 내 심장은 두근거리나요. 난 당신이 자꾸만 밟혀서 그냥 갈 수도 없네요. 이루어질 수도 없는 이 사랑에 내 맘이 너무 아파요. 하루가 가고 밤이 오면 난 온통 당신 생각뿐이죠. 한심스럽고 바보 같은 날 어떻게 해야 좋을까요? 마음이 사랑을 따르니 내가 뭘 할 수 있나요? 이루어질 수도 없는 이 사랑에 내 맘이 너무 아파요. 두비루비루라빠 두비루비루라빠 두비루비룹 두비루비룹 두비루비루라빠 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 두비루비룹 두비루비룹 하루가 가고 밤이 오면 난 온통 당신 생각뿐이죠. 한심스럽고 바보 같은 날 어떻게 해야 좋을까요? 내 아픔이 무뎌져 버릴 날이 언제쯤 내게 오긴 할까요? 한심스럽고 바보 같은 날 어떻게 하란 말인가요? 달빛이 너무나 좋아서 그냥 갈 수가 없네요. 당신 곁에 잠시 누워 있을게요. 잠시만, 아주 잠시만. 두비루비루라빠 두비루비루라빠 두비루비룹 두비루비룹 두비루비루라빠 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 두비루비룹 두비루비룹 두비루비루라빠 두비루비루라빠 두비루비룹 두비루비룹 두비루비루라빠 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 두비루비룹 두비루비룹.
Okay, I'm back. Thank you guys so much for waiting. I do appreciate it. Whew. Got my baby. You want to see her? Look at her. She's so cute. She's getting bigger slowly by day. She's so cute. But she got some spinach. She gonna relax with me. Anyway, double check if my chat is working now. Let's see. Not really. Does not want to work. Oh, there we go. Pop out chat. Here we go. Put this over here. Okay. Anyway. Let's get into the game. Oh, I have a quest that I can grab. Do I have my axe with me? No. Lame. Because I'm gonna chop that log for him. Remember, if I do crash, I will be right back. It's just it doesn't want to be nice to me today. Okay, farm. Nope, over here. Yes. And I should probably put my scythe and my bug net away. And I'm gonna throw some stuff in here. Anything else? I think that's good. Yeah. Let's go back. I still have to look for more flowers and stuff because I don't want them to go out of season. And I could have grabbed them that day, you know? Gonna grab trash. Gonna grab flowers. Is that a shallot? Yep. And that would have gone out of season too. Okay. Oh, is it this? Oh my goodness. I don't think I can chop this. Oh, I did it. Okay, you just click on it as long as you have your axe. Oh man, they went to bed. Well, I'll talk to him tomorrow. It's fine. Did I get his trash? I did. Okay. Amazing. Keep on moving, see if there are any flowers I can pick up. Don't think so, but I want to keep moving and check. Trash. There is trash. I will check below this. Not seeing any flowers. Or shallots, I guess. It's about to be fall. It's gonna be fall. No. It doesn't look like there are any in here, but I'm gonna check anyway. Okay. Doesn't look like it. Hello, monkeys. Any over here? I just saw one. And I can't go over here, right? Nope, but there is a flower. So I'm glad I checked anyway. Okay. There's a watercress. Got two of them. Oh, heck yeah. Flowers and watercress. I get double for the flowers. Anything to buy from you? Yeah, piggy bank. OG farmer hat. A Blankton. Okay. A steel safe. A plop backpack. That's so cute. A concern mark monkey. Somehow he knows about currency. He ain't that concerned. Okay. Let's go to the back of Kira's house. Kira's house. Oh yeah. Had a feeling there would be some over here. Okay. Anything over here? Of course this is here. Because why wouldn't it be? And I have to come back for that. Alright. Flower. Well, at least I'm right next to my farm, so it's fine. Okay, grab these. It's the last day I can, because I'm pretty sure they don't grow in fall. Just have to grab all I can. I know, I know. This. Ah! Nothing. Wasn't sure because I didn't remember. This. Let's sell the shallot. The shallot. Where you going, baby girl? Where you going? Where you going? Oh goodness, I gotta put Gengar right here. So she don't go too far away. Oh, tilt up my computer. Well, she might travel, but it is what it is. Okay, just trying to think. Anything else in here I should sell? No. Okay, let's get this, because I have a feeling it will be gone if I don't right now. Let's hurry. Okay. Cooking recipe. Okay, I'll take it. Alright. She's on the move. She's traveling, y'all. But it's been a while since she's been on my desk. I've been letting her spend a little bit of time by herself because I usually take her out and bother her, you know. So I'm like, alright, I can let her come back and hang out with me. Because I do love hanging out with her. Off to bed we go. Double check. I think it said sunny, right? Yeah. Alright, it's fall. Jim, Yuri, Sunny, Macy. Ooh, Macy I'm getting up there with. Blueberry jam. Right. Check me out. Okay. Very nice. First day of fall, y'all. Ooh, that rhymed. Unintentional, but still amazing. Hi. Hi, baby girl. Okay, what's the weather tomorrow? It's a good breeze. Moo. Hello, fellow Moogs. Welcome again to Moogbang. Here, Moog eat everything. Like high quality grass from Pokyo and Tosaka, Moo. Moo, it's heavy. I need Moo-sistance. Today, Moog will eat this grass from the island south of Pokyo. Moog says it was the last stock in the world. Farmer cultivating it gone. Moog will judge if it was shame or not. Disappear. Munch, munch, munch. Moo. Moog tastes soil freshness. Moog approves. Time to eat more, Moo. Munch, munch. Moo, something is weird. Moog did not taste any green in this. Could it be, Moogs? Out of season grass. Farmers, no growing something out of season. You destroy it, okay? Moo. Moog does not want to eat again. Oh wait, Moo. That was my favorite Moo bowl. What a waste, Moo. This is the end today. Next week, Moog will review Pokyo Hay and Boko's chicken. See you next week, Moogs. Oh god, I forgot about this guy. Well. So you're this year's competition, eh? Who are you? Oh, bitch! Nothing that I'm worried or anything. It's pretty adorable, the effect you're forget. Fuck off. Okay, so I did get to fall before. Look at your poor weathered crops. It's the first day, bro. If this is all I'm up against, I basically already won this thing. Wait, you have no idea what I'm talking about, do you? No. Come on, the Harvest Festival? It's like the biggest deal of the year for us farmers. Beluga Bay and Scarlet Town go head to head, and this hotshot farmer, Jeff Smith, judges the stuff we show off. Does the 15th of fall mean anything to you? Honestly, you're kind of a pain sometimes. Daddy always said winning this thing is about charm, strategy, and having the best produce. Looks like I've already won on all 3 counts. You wish. Good luck, Farmer Satin. You're seriously gonna need it. Is that voice annoying enough? Try to make it as annoying as possible. Okay, let's save. Because I'm still paranoid. Okay. You want beef? You know. He looked like he had too much beef. That's not nice. Let's be nice. I'm sorry. That was not called for. That was uncalled for, actually. Okay, let's do this. I'm gonna be nice. I promise. I will be nice. Sometimes. Occasionally. We'll see. Okay, you're still growing. I don't even know what this is right now. Oops. Got me a hot pepper. Okay. Alright, let's ding all these. I'm gonna, oops, my bad. Redo all this stuff. So, where is it? This one. Oh, yeah, look at that. Gotta make sure the freaking, birds can't get to it. Oh my god. I have my other one, which honestly I don't even need, but still. Check that out. Oh no. My tree didn't survive. Why couldn't it just, like, lose leaves? Why did it have to die? I think that's kind of crazy. Okay, let's, water. Let's see what, our upgrade did. Looks like nothing. If I charge it up, I can't, like, water more. Maybe I can. Wait a minute. Oh, I can! Okay! I like that. Okay, my barn is here. So I gotta go get a couple cows. It's that time. Yeah, I know they're already open. Hi, baby girl. You want some attention. She wants some attention. She is on my chest, if you want to see. Purchase animals. Ooh, that's a lot of chests. Okay. We'll get us a brown cow. What's a good cow name? I need a cow pun name. What do you think, Poppy? What do you think, Poppy Clementine? Let's see. Cow pun name. Okay. Oh, I like that. Stay on my shoulder. I don't know if this will fit. Oh, it does. Winnie the Moo! Heck yeah! Thank you. Your animal will be delivered right at your farm. I need another one. What's another good one? No, that won't work. Oh, I love that. Okay. Let's go with this one. Mulan. Oh, that's so cute. Mulan. Thank you. I also need to build a silo. I don't know what silos take, though. I should go check. I gotta go check on all my animals. You want baby girl? Give you a cute outfit. Nope. Carpentry. Silo. Scrap, stone, resin. Okay. So I don't have 2 resin right now. I have 1 resin. Can I make another tap, by the way? No. What do I need? Bronze bars. Wait. What else did I need? I literally skipped over the other thing. Wood. Easy. Mushrooms! Matsutake. Matsutake. Oh, trying to go where my neck is. Trying to push the skin on my neck out the way. She said move. Ooh, new gas. I love it. Okay, what I got? Do you know how to make guacamole? If not, here's a recipe. It's heartwarming to see you helping out. There are a few folks that said that they weren't sure about you moving in. I won't say who they are, but I will tell you they come to me and say they've changed their minds. Aww. That's sweet. Can I put this in there? Oh. I can. Put that in there. Also gonna move the sunflower. I think I still have, yep, I have my pickaxe. Why are you moving the skin of my neck? That's so rude. My neck was here first. You trying to get behind my neck? Okay. Let's let the babies out first. Let's let out the cows because they aren't going to go very far. And I'll go in and I'll put this down. I got hay. I do have hay. I do. Fabulous. Winnie the Moo. And Mulan. I put the slash. Can I change their names? I feel so bad. I would do that. Y'all should not let me do that. Y'all just let that happen. Okay, put that in there. Actually, don't. Well, yeah, because I'm going to build a silo, so it's whatever. Give some love. Some love for the babies. Alright, I'll let you guys out. My turtle's behind my neck right now. She's just back there. Which, you know, I have a pillow, so she could rest. It's fine. Okay, let's put this down. Okay. This down. This down. I want more room over here. Why can't I get on the other side? Y'all can probably see her peeking out of this side. You can see her right there. That's her little head. Supposed to get on the other side of my shoulder. She said, you know what? I don't like that side. Oh, this is bronze. Okay. I'm gonna need a thing just for flowers, but I guess farming, maybe? And I'll put this auto fertilizer here. And I do have some seeds, but I need to go get more. Seed seeds. Oh wait, no, that's in farming, isn't it? I'm so silly. Yes. I think even the sugarcane is spraying, right? Yep. I do have more sprinklers, and I was thinking about making more, so. Yay, there we go. I can make another. There you go. You're gonna fall. Don't do that. Because that's how you fall, okay? Do you want to fall? I don't think you do. Anyway, let's go chop down some trees. I have so many freaking trees. And I have so many gold, like, vegetables and fruit now. I think I'll definitely win whatever the competition is. Chill out. Okay, first off, I need to go get a heater for the cows. And then I need to go and build a silo. Okay, let's go build a silo, huh? Oh, baby girl, let's build a silo. Hi, carpenter. Oh, I don't have enough money either. Wait, what did I think I needed more wood? I need stone, scrap, and resin. Okay, so that's not happening today. I'm definitely gonna have to go mining. I needed it for this, right? Look at this pretty flower. It's a gyp one. Oh, geez. Did you pee behind me? So rude. So rude. Okay. Make sure I get it all. Okay, get this gyp on. Napkin. Excuse me. Gotta get your big napkin. So rude. Okay, let's go get seeds. Before he closes. I gotta take you off me so you don't pee again. Jeez. So rude. Okay, shop. Yeah, shop. I already got hot pepper seeds. We'll get some orchids. Rice. Oh my god, I need everything, dude. What the heck? I'm not sure how much she feeds, so I'm just like taking precaution, wiping the whole headrest. Just in case. Brought my own earth-friendly gloves to that beach cleanup yesterday. Oh yeah, I did. It's a spiritual experience. Seeing Mother Earth, breathe easy with all that trash gone. Gotta admit, I was skeptical about how much we could do in one day, but looking at the beach cleanup afterwards, it was motivating. Heck yeah, so you're gonna do it again. Makes you realize every little bit helps. Yes, it does. Okay, it doesn't feel wet anymore, so I think it's good. Felt good to give back to the beach. I'm free, wanna hang? Sure. Awesome, let's do it. I'm so paranoid. Nope. She might have got pee on my front shirt. Ooh. Don't try to eat Krabby. That's so rude. No. So I've got a bit of a problem. It's kind of awkward, actually. About Frank. Lately he's been, well, kind of smelling bad. Ooh, oh no. You don't know how to take care of himself. What the heck? Frank? Ugh, I know, right? It's not even new, actually. Okay. A few days ago, I started noticing this weird smell, and I thought it was the new cheese we brought in or something. Okay. But nope, this morning I walked past Frank, and don't ask me why I took a deep breath, and yeah, that was definitely Frank. Kind of like a wet sock. Ew. Find some new soap or something. You should be direct. He's your brother. I know I should. I don't want to hurt his feelings. It's not like he means to, you know? Thing is, it's not just me who noticed. Some of the staff mentioned it too, and by staff I mean my sister Aaliyah. Have Aaliyah deal with it. No, ask your mom to handle it maybe. Come on, I'm not a kid. I can handle this. I just don't really know how. I know it's something I have to talk to him about. I just don't want to make things awkward between us. How should I do it? Make it more of a friendly chat. Yeah, I'll try to keep it light. If you make it like a big deal, then he might not want to do anything about it. So. That was awesome. Hanging out with you is always a blast, Satin. You're getting to know Noah better. Gotta wipe my nose. Eh. What the heck? Give me my page, dude. Are you kidding? It's stuck in the tree. Are you kidding? Well. Oh, my inventory's full. Well, let's go back home. All we can do. Let's go put the flowers away and plant my stuff. But I also need fertilizer, which I can't make right now. What? Why can't I make it? Oh, because my stuff is full. That's fair. I'm like, excuse me. I should be able to do that thing. Okay. Let's get all of this. There we go. Clearing out this section. Aw, eating some more. She's a hungry gal, I tell you that. She hungry. Water everything. Glad I hung out with Noah a little bit, because I haven't done that just yet. Oh, no, no. Come on. There we go. But at least I won't have to water these anymore. They'll be well taken care of. I do still have to water my trees, which is fine. But I already think I did that. I think so. Okay. Cranberries. I think I should put more cranberries around here. So I'm not gonna worry about that. Let's put some of these. Put these flowers down. Oh wait, no, not these flowers. These flowers. Okay, there we go. Let's put some amaranth down. Some basil. Basil, I found, in my opinion, is like one of the easiest things to do. Okay. Now I should be able to make fertilizer. And a lot of it. So that's what I'll do. Put fertilizer everywhere. All the fertilizer! Okay, make more. I ain't got no more? Dang. Okay. Put all this down. There we go. Gotta water this. Let's get more fertilizer. Ah, that's right, I can't. Oh, I still had trash on me. That's fine. Alright. Gosh, I do not have enough. Okay, yeah, put it back in there. Put that there. Put the flower away. Put this tap on another tree. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I can't reach any of these trees right now. I can reach this one. Just for now, I'll put it there. I know, it's getting dark. It's getting late. I gotta put this heater in there. Oops, wrong way. Put it there. All right. Let's go. Bedtime. And it said it was sunny, so let's go to sleep. $41. Heck yeah. It's the second. And it should save. A nice breeze. We're shopping. We've got a frying pan. I still don't have a kitchen though. Can't be upgraded my house if I even got the amenities. I did not read that. Ay, ay, ay. Wait, I'm gonna load that because I do want to see what the heck that was. Hold on. Ay, 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 ay. That was a total accident to skip. Hey, baby girl. Why don't you go underneath there? How's that look for ya? No? She's like, I'm not interested. Because I curled a towel so she can have less light in her face. Okay, one click. Meet me on the beast weapon diving spot tomorrow evening. I don't know who this is, and I feel slightly threatened. Alright. Let's see. Come outside, I'm going in a coop. Okay, I'm for sure gonna go to the mines today. Because I need a lot more stone. Okay. Let's put another duck egg. Let's put some duck eggs in here. And I can put another regular egg in here. Right, let's let the cows out. All right. Let's sell these. And let's do a star fruit. All my money is gone and I don't know why. Did I not sell anything yesterday? Thought I did. Okay. Get some more water. I don't know. Wait. No. I was about to say, I don't know if I need to offer this or not. I do not. Pine cone. Oak seed. There we go. Axe. I don't need this. Wood. I do need that. And this I need to check out. Oh, okay. Whatever. I need a lot more. Okay, we need to go to the lab first. Don't try to eat paper. Not good for you. That's a no. Gonna be pooping out paper all day, which you think would be a good thing because like it'll wipe from the inside out, but nah, that's not how that works. Silver kelp. Ah, I should have bought the battery. Thought about it, didn't, and I regret it already. Ooh, a pelvis. That's gross. You can't fit under that. You're too big, weirdly enough. Bah, it's bitter. Do you know this song? For some reason, it's stuck in my head. It goes, doo doo, you know, do 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 do. No, you catch that melody? I forgot what it's called. No, I did not. Okay. Let's go donate this, and then we'll go to the mines. Museum? Our first real fossil. Oh, shoot. Okay. Go off. Okay, back to the farm. I gotta also check the blessing. Star? Star? Okay, what is it? Extra chance. I don't know what that means, but heck yeah. I'm here for it. Oh, this is diving. Okay, I do need my what's it called? Hammer. Where did I put that damn thing? Probably in here. Yep. Okay, let's go mining. Just organize this a bit. Okay, this is the last thing I need. Food. And this will be good for getting straight down. I think once I hit 50, that's when the water shaft will open. I can't remember. Minding your own business, but I'm like, now it's my business. I make it my business. Not even slightly afraid of getting hurt. I don't think I've really been hurt in the mines at all. Which doesn't really make it a challenge, but you know, we'll see. Okay, order and delivery. Pizza pepperoni, fried rice, green tea, pizza, Hawaiian. I should have guessed. Emma, Erica, so yeah, okay. Crumpled delivery note. Hopefully we'll be getting more silver ore soon. Or I wonder if that's only for the water shaft, really? Guess we'll find out. There we go. Clear this out. Not even close to it, but alright, that's fine. Not gonna worry about any geodes. Can I make a bomb? Say yes, say yes. Say yes. What's up? Okay. Anything? No passageway. Dang. And no passageway. This is wild. Also, I'm gonna make a couple more of these. There it is. Sorry if you get hurt. Okay, now it's trying to hurt me because it's been injured. Well, sir, you were following me, so... You know, that'll happen. At the end of the day, I'm a miner. Not that kind of miner. Okay. Guess I'll do it the old-fashioned way. Ooh, I wonder... Like the watering can. Nope. This is just continuous shots, and that's fair. fossil. Oh, there it is. I'm about to get upset. I'm like, dang, I'm gonna get on the last one. And that would have made me upset. Okay. Oh, found it immediately. That's great. I'll be taking all of those. Just get this to see what it is. Nothing. Alright. Well, we checked. Can't say we didn't. Love that there's ginger over here. Okay. Message back my grandma. She's calling me. Okay. Now I should be able to make more. Oh god, there are so many that are clustered up. Sorry. I think I might just use a rope. Get the goodies and go, you know what I'm saying? Any goodies down here? Because again, I can just use a rope. Not really, okay. There are some goodies here. Pardon? Rabbit. Go back to your little space, baby girl. Nothing wrong with that. What's up? Alright. I do gotta fight enemies. Because I also need extra stuff from them. A poison sac. That's new. I got anything? Okay. Tough meat. I do need 5 of those, so. Slime goop. And this will get us to 30. Cannot place her.